morning. We're here at Kapihan ni Gunyong here in Santa Rosa. Bago mabot ng Tagaytay, no? We're like what? 15 minutes? 10 minutes na lang, no? 10 minutes. So, we had a quick ride. So, we have someone new in the vlog, Chris, who's one of our riding buddy here. And as usual, we have Edwin, Mr. Motoman. So, we had a quick ride from Manila to Santa Rosa. So, ngayon, with the current situation of 100 plus peso gasoline, 130 peso diesel, is it time for us to go EV?
EV. Ikaw, what do you think? Na-consider mo ba?
I did consider EV. Pero I'm basing it on cost-wise is return on investment sa akin.
Okay.
You want to be conscious of the environment, but at the end of the day, can I afford it? Yun yung nisip ko. Kasi may kotse na tayo eh. We have a car already eh. Relatively, my car is pretty new because it's 5 years old. And my car has only run 50,000 kilometers. So I run an average of 10,000 per year. Hindi ako ganong kalakas bumiyahe because my work is maybe 2-3 times a week. Other than that, everything I do is from home base. Nahihirapan ako i-justify. I want to, but nahihirapan ako i-justify. My calculation kasi if I sell my car, I have a Nissan SUV. If I sell my car, which is 2021 model siya. So it's 5 years old. It used to cost 1.7, 1.8. I'd probably get one. And I'm not sure if anyone's buying now.
At this moment,
I'll probably get 1M. For me to get a 7-seater, na pure electric, it's 2 million. 1 million, I made a computation kagabi. Parang the cost to run diesel is 13 to 14 pesos per kilometer in my car based on my mileage. Electric based on public charging mixed with home charging, average mo 4 pesos per kilometer. So you're talking about times 3. So I'm saving, let's round it off to 10 pesos per kilometer. I only save 100,000 a year because I'm running 10,000 lang. 10 years para mabawi ko yung extra 1 million. So I don't know if for me, if it's good for me to go electric since I already have a car. Ikaw, na-consider mo?
Sa akin, na-consider ko not on a cost basis reason. Even before the oil price crisis or price hike, I was already considering it more for, as you can hear our ambient noise, these are all just petrol vehicles just passing by. And instead of enjoying your morning cup of coffee, enjoying the cool weather, the scenery, you just hear all these vehicles passing by. So, doon pa lang, ang laking bagay doon sa peace, tranquility, also walang amoy, walang alikabok. We live near a major road between San Juan and Mandaluyong, and no matter how many times you sweep the floor, by midday, may thin film of alikabok ka na. And that's just from just all the fumes just flying around. And at night, I normally walk with my wife, and we walk around a school area in where we live. And minsan yung mga bata, pag sinusundo pa ng gabi, yung mga nagsusundo, naka-idle yung mga sasakyan. And every time you pass them, you can feel the heat emitting from the vehicles just idling, sitting there. So for me, sa akin naisip ko, if I can contribute my way to lessen the carbon footprint, the noise, the emissions, then at least nakatulong ako. 'Di ba? As the saying goes, you wanna leave this place a better place than when you came in. So that's probably my contribution. That's the reason why I would have considered. But I have other reasons why I'm not doing it right now. Partly because of parking. So that's my biggest concern.
No, your concern of parking is because you can't let go of your other car, or
Yes and no. So for us to be able to, if I let go of my current vehicle, it would probably get me a budget EV. And in that same price range would probably be the VinFast, yung VF3, yung maliit. So for me, for our needs right now, kasi we're trying to do our part nga to lessen carbon footprint. We try to do everything within our community, our groceries, our bank, our errands, everything within the community. My kids walk to school, I walk to work. So the use for a vehicle, nalilimit na kung gusto mo lang mag out of town. Gusto mong, let's go to Tagaytay, enjoy the cooler weather. That's the only time that we use the car nowadays. Or, errands that wherein you need to bring heavy lifting, like groceries, if you have to do that. But we try to do that all within probably no more than a 5-kilometer radius. So, very efficient yung community namin, yung neighborhood namin. So, for me, I don't really need the bigger vehicle now that the kids are bigger, now that we don't do a lot of out-of-town trips. We can downsize. Pwede. Pero iba pa rin yung meron ka malaking sasakyan just in case you need to pick up somebody from the airport, like a relative is coming to visit, then you need a bigger vehicle. So, if ever we go EV, it would be more for our daily errands, for grocery, going to the bank, going to the gym. Dati nga binibiro ko, a wife ko, before nag-boom yung mga EVs, nasabi ko, kung papayagan lang ang golf cart tayo dito sa community natin, okay na ako.
You have something similar.
Pero single-seater. Yeah.
Edwin has a 3-wheeler canopy.
Canopy.
The whole na. Meron kang box na for your groceries. Wala kang takot sa weather. May wiper pa.
May wiper pa. But it kind of defeats the whole eco-friendly vehicle kasi the problem with the canopy naman is 2T engine siya.
I think that's also the reason why people went to 4-stroke, because the 2-stroke generally was not passing the emission.
Right.
But your canopy is 50cc eh.
Yes.
It cannot contribute kahit na hindi siya
ganun,
hindi siya ganun kalakas mag-emit ng pollution. It's still not going to emit much considering it's a 50cc.
Right.
It's not a 500cc MotoGP na 2-stroke or a 200, 300cc na dirt bike. So,
right.
Ganun pa rin.
Yeah. But basically off topic, you might be saving a little bit, but it doesn't fit the family car concept pa rin. So you can only sit one person. So for single person doing errands, it works. I do small deliveries for within a certain radius. I do it using that. Pero going back to the topic sa EV, yun yung joke namin dati. Kung payagan ka ng golf cart, I can do all my errands. I don't have to. Like maybe once a week I go visit my mom, which is 15 kilometers away. Ganun lang. And in fact, yung I only have my oil change once a year, which means I only consume about 5,000 kilometers And that's including times wherein I feel na medyo nagrereklamo na yung kotse, it needs to open up the throttle, and then we have to do out of town just to, you know,
Yung 10,000 nga na-estimate ko is a big estimate because I computed based on my log. For 2025 to 2026 of March, combined, me and my wife, 2 cars, 8,000 lang tinakbo namin dalawa.
which is,
But Chris has an EV.
well,
Yeah.
here's a good story. So Chris mentioned that he sold his,
I opted more of the hybrid kasi it's more of an urgency. I use a diesel type na SUV. Like for a year and a half, it run like 18,000 kilometers na.
sa madami.
So it's on a daily basis based on the requirement of my work. And then I go travel sa north, then Tagaytay, then minsan Batangas. So it included yung ganong routes. I think mas makakatipid ako pag naka-hybrid.
Yeah.
Given the fact na if I wanted to sell the diesel type na SUV, I cannot do it right now. So what I did is I sold my motorcycle, used it as a down payment, and good thing the brand gave a very friendly down payment.
If you don't mind, what is the hybrid that you want?
It's a Nissan Kicks, so the concept is more of like a generator. So I don't have kasi
Do you still call that a hybrid? I don't think that's a hybrid. It's still an electric. Just so happy nasa...
they call it like HEV
Yes,
category.
Kasi di ba supposedly a hybrid? The way I understand hybrid
low
is...
gear,
it-
that's
it
when the
helps-
electric,
The electric motor helps the gas engine to run the car.
Yeah.
right.
Pero yung sa'yo,
Yeah, exactly. The gasoline lang, it helps to
Charge.
run them. Yeah, to charge the battery. Which
but
the
it
battery.
doesn't, it's not connected to the drivetrain, di ba?
Walang drivetrain na connected dun sa gasoline.
So hindi rin stress out yung engine mo.
No. So it's like an EV na pag yung throttle niya, gas pedal, quick response pa rin.
Pero with the kicks, can you plug in?
No, there's no.
There's no
No.
plug-in. So yun lang yung only
Yeah.
option.
Yeah,
Kasi
so
that's my hesitation dun sa other plans. Like, if I go to Baguio or La Union, limited yung infrastructure natin. When you go to La Union, maraming, and Baguio, maraming hotels.
But in between-
But along the way,
Along the way.
that's where the range anxiety comes in. Pero, is that the reason why you did go with pure EV?
Yeah. Kasi mostly I go to La Union.
bumabiyahe kasi siya.
La Union,
Kasi
Baguio.
yung I have a friend whose argument naman is, if you're going to buy EV, it's either you go pure EV or you stick with your ICE vehicle. Sa kanya kasi, if you have an EV, a hybrid, you're still contributing to the pollution.
Right.
Though less,
Yeah.
but you're still contributing. And at the same time, you're maintaining two systems.
Okay.
Para sa kanya, if the ICE engine breaks down, your car is useless. If your electric motor breaks, your car is useless. So now, you are maintaining two systems as opposed to just pure electric or pure ICE.
Right.
Diba? Yun nga lang, the pure electric for me, I will only consider if I'm only in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it if babiyahe kahit na Tagaytay lang, kakabahan ako because what if I get to Tagaytay tapos wala akong masaksakan as compared to a hybrid?
So I think that's where the hybrid comes into play. If your daily use, I guess it comes down to what do you need the car for? So in his case, if he's gonna go see clients and whatnot, and he has to go out of town, then you have to worry about, am I fully charged? Do I have areas where I can charge? And that becomes a problem for you. And also you have to consider, take into consideration that early on when the EV was introduced, hindi pa ganun ka reliable yung EV in a sense, wherein charging
Range.
stations,
Range.
range, tsaka yung brands. So people resorted to hybrid para, okay, I wanna get my feet wet a little bit, pero hindi pa ako fully 100% sold. And at the same time, they were only doing it for the coding.
Yeah.
Diba? So remember, kahit hybrid yan, exempted na.
Accepted ka na.
So, and in the case of the kicks, I also heard that people in condominiums wherein they don't have an area to plug.
Hindi lang yun, they're not allowed to charge in some condo.
Yeah, kasi hindi mo linya eh.
Hindi lang sa hindi mo linya because of fire hazard.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Kasi di ba meron palagi ka nakikita yung electric pag
Yeah.
na-overcharge, sumasabog, or the outlet themselves ang umuusok kasi you're putting a high draw na
Yeah.
charger on a regular outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a brand na it requires you to buy on a separate cost na mag-install ka sa bahay mo.
Yes.
Kasi it needs to have its own breaker,
Yeah.
it has to
Yeah.
have the bigger wires.
Yeah.
So kaya if you're a condo resident, that's also going to be another consideration if you're going to go pure EV.
Wala kang
Kasi wala kang
when you are at home.
charge. So now it goes back to only the rich people who can afford an EV. Tesla nila, mga BM nila, because their house is
Yeah.
equipped for that.
Right.
And for the recent situation, daming kumuha ng EV. I'm sure pretty overwhelmed when you go out. Ilan lang naman ng
Charging station.
Yeah.
My brother who owns a plug-in EV, so pag nagkikita kami within Makati, so checkin niya muna sa app which has a vacant parking na may
Okay, so
charging.
there is an app for that.
Oo. So doon siya magpa-park para maka-plug in kasi he lives in a condo but it's a hybrid naman. Hindi siya nakaka-charge sa kanya.
So PHEV.
So ang charging option niya talaga is purely when he goes out to the mall.
Okay.
Pero since plug-in hybrid siya, wala siyang
Yeah,
takot.
yeah.
Kung maubos yung battery mo, there's
That's
always there.
Okay. May backup.
May backup.
And siyempre may yung options. There's a lot of options na medyo budget friendly na low down payment. And even yung down payment, may discount pa. So, yun, makakonsider.
But I think that was before the war. Are they still offering
Yeah,
that? Because
they-
pila-pila na. Grabe daw pila ngayon
Yeah.
For EVs.
for EVs.
Yeah. Maraming sold out na eh. Maraming...
Wifey has a friend na who works sa releasing sa isang brand. Like overwhelming hundreds of units per day. Due to this crisis.
yeah.
So there's another thing na when you obtain whether an EV or hybrid, if there's another oil crisis that comes in the event, you can
I think a lot of people who are on the fence in the decision making whether to switch to EV or not, itong oil crisis yung okay, sige, gawin na natin.
It's
Since
like going 150 na si diesel per liter, masakit na.
mabigat, oo.
Yeah, I
na-
think naman, yun yung sabi mo, those who have been in that konting push na lang,
Yeah.
was already considering buying talaga
Right,
a car.
right.
Like sa atin naman, we're not in the plan of, there's no plan for us to be buying a new
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
To us, it's not
urgent.
feasible to get one if more habol natin is itong current
Yeah.
issue only.
Yeah. So if you're doing the numbers and you're looking at the ROIs, then yeah, maybe hindi mo makukuha yung ROI
So,
right
siguro we
away.
have to consider like yung usage mo ng vehicle mo that currently you have.
Yeah.
If it's more of these katulad sa akin, sense of urgency na. So I have to
You have to, yeah.
Oh, kasi yun nga eh. If like let's say my son wants to buy a new car now, then I'll probably buy either a plug-in or
Yes.
electric. But to sell what you have now,
Yeah.
to fund that, medyo
Yeah.
financially finance naman yung you want to, alam mo yung may guilt factor ka na you wanna help the environment.
Right.
But I have to also still put food on the table.
Yung priority.
Yeah, so depende sa needs
Pag
talaga.
naging bilyonaryo na tayo, then I don't think we'll be having this discussion kasi ririgaluhan ko na lang kayo ng I'll help you save the environment. Oh, here's one car for you. Here's kailangan ko lang ng
Kaya like
1
and
billion.
subscribe para yumaman siya,
pag
tapos bilhan kami ng mga
Pag
EV.
dumami na talaga, bibigyan ko na lang sila. Yung wala nang tanong if it's the right time. Kasi kung may pondo ka, I think it's, it's a no-brainer now.
I think so.
Move that.
Yeah, I think if given if money wasn't an issue, I think it makes so much sense to actually do the switch.
Yeah, lalo yung ginawa ko, it's unplanned. If I didn't sell my motorcycle, siguro it wouldn't
But
happen.
when did you do that?
During the oil crisis.
So recent lang.
Very recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eh,
Buti meron si Kicks available.
Yeah. And yung payment scheme for the down payment is very attractive.
Yeah, actually.
Feasible for the budget.
I think naging challenge na rin kay Kicks. They were one of the first few that
Yeah.
offered something that is technically power under EV, hindi siya hybrid eh. The gas that you put in is a generator to charge so that you can get the range.
That was what they wanted because of range anxiety.
Right.
So tinanggal nila yung range anxiety, but it's literally running on pure electric.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, I think few years ago, di ba meron yung Ironman, may four-wheel,
Yes.
they use that.
Okay, the
Yun
Kicks.
yung Kicks ang ginamit niya. To prove na
You can.
na you can na hindi electric to, pero
Kaya.
I did that to 1,000 ba sila or something. What is the Ironman distance? Basta yun yung ginamit
In total
niya. They
distance,
finished the Okay, so but that's talking about cars. Are you guys ready to go motorcycle, big bike na electric?
Ako hindi.
Me too. It depletes the purpose of the feel and the fun and yung adrenaline when you're on the bike.
Well, adrenaline, I will argue, electrics have faster
Really?
acceleration. We're not talking about the scooters, Like Harley makes the live wires,
Right.
diba? There's the Suron is crazy acceleration, iiwanan kahit na yung Ducati.
Right.
In acceleration, so which means there's adrenaline. Ang wala siya yung tunog.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
The vibration,
Yeah.
but you still get the in your face na hangin and pero
Yeah.
yung wala is that the feel of the muscle under between your legs.
Yeah, I think why we're all attracted to two wheels is the visceral feel of riding two wheels. And by going electric, you lose that. You lose that experience. You lose that feel. And it kind of defeats the whole concept of loud pipe saves lives. When an electric, you can't hear anything at all. So are you more in danger by not having any sound at all versus a petrol motorcycle? Tsaka yung sa yung kung napanood niyo yung Long Way Up kay Ewan McGregor tsaka si Charlie Boorman, the Long Way series. They did the trip from southernmost part of South America. I think sa Peru ba? Ano ba yung nasa dulo? Basta yung nasa tip. All the way back up to LA. And obviously, they were going through
Hindi nakadalon GS sila, di ba?
no, naka-live wire sila.
Live wire.
So the first year was GS.
GS.
Yeah. So ngayon sila naka-live wire na sila. Yung problema was that since they're going through some third world countries, it wasn't readily available yung charging station. And it was at one point, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think somewhere in Mexico, that they had to use generators to charge the bikes. So in a way, parang it defeats the whole purpose kasi right. So you have to use gas or petrol to fuel or at least to charge the bikes. So parang hindi pa ganun ka feasible.
Kasi sa atin, we're generally weekend warriors.
Yeah.
It's we like to ride our bikes on the weekend to feel the bike. Not because we have to commute.
Yeah.
Right.
Sa akin, ganun din eh. I don't think I will replace my big bike with an electric. But I'm ready to shift my scooter into electric.
There you go. Yeah, if the
Within the
situation,
city.
for the needs is different.
Within the city,
Yeah.
plug and play, I save on gas,
Yeah.
I help the environment.
If it's a daily commuter,
It's a daily
yes.
in the same way, parang if I'm going to relate it to my other work, which is photography, I use digital for work because it's efficient, it's easy, but I still want to shoot film analog when I'm doing personal things.
Yeah, it's more
Because
of a
the
hobby.
satisfaction ng habol ko,
Yeah.
not that how efficient it is, how fast it is, but because of pure enjoyment.
Yes,
Diba?
yes, yes. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. If you're using it for work or for convenience, then yes, I agree. Then going EV on a bike is fine. Pero for our needs, for what we do, for Sunday riders, yun yung habol mo eh. It's that feel, it's that excitement.
If ever magagano tayo, matagal na matagal pa. Ako, personally, para sabi ko,
Yeah.
when I start the engine and I hear the engine, that's what gets me wanting to ride it. No?
When you squeeze the
When you feel
throttle.
the vibration,
Yeah.
yun yung masaya eh. Diba? Tapos papalitan mo ng
And now it's gonna be different kasi on a conventional bike, it's your focus kasi I mean, everything is parang muscle memory na.
Yeah.
Pero pag naka-EV ka on a highway, you have to additionally check kung naririnig ka ba yung truck, yung vehicle.
Do you have that issue with the kicks? Hindi naman, no? Kasi
When you start-
malaki-laki
when
kotse.
you- No, when you start, it's on a highway,
Oo.
no, it has a decent amount of cabin naman. Mas malaki pa nga siya sa mga Brio. Mas malaki pa siya sa mga ganun.
Yeah.
And the design naman, hindi siya yung talagang hahanginin ka like sa highway. It's stable.
Before I had the Vespa, even before I had my current big bike, before the pandemic, I had a few electric bikes. Remember, yung mga electric na scooter? My biggest concern at that time, we're talking about 10, 15 years ago yata yun, is range.
Yeah.
Kasi wala pang lithium masyado at that time.
Yes.
And you had to use lead acid. And ang mahal to go lithium. So, I really enjoyed the electric, but I was always stuck within Makati. Pag pupunta ako ng Green Hills, kinakabahan na ako kung makakauwi ako. Kasi yung range nung dati na mga yung mga lead acid na scooter lang to, pero enjoy ako because of it out-accelerates anyone on the road.
Right.
Kasi talagang, nandun ka na.
Sa akin I'm just throwing this idea out there, especially that you have so many viewers na sumisikat na tong friend natin. But sa akin lang, just as a personal observation and maybe a suggestion to the public out there, tingin ko yung mga roving barangay, those should convert to EV na. So kasi one, short range, they're consuming just to go around. Sometimes they do it for their own personal errands, but besides the point, parang sa akin, one, it helps with the community. In at the same time, walang sinasayang na gasolina, lalo na ngayon kung sinasabi nila yung amount ng fuel natin ngayon hanggang end of June or end of this, end of that. Yung mga ganun na roving, that's part of their job, hindi na nakabawas pa dun sa consumption.
15 years ago in Shanghai, ang tanong ko, bakit ang dami ng consumption yun ng electric scooter? Because in Shanghai, you can't get into the city if you have an ICE engine scooter. Anything that goes into the city has to be electric.
Okay.
So people had no choice. Kaya makikita ko lahat ng nakapark sa kalsada electric. Because the government wanted.
There is there's an initiative.
Sa atin, every time we have an initiative like that, yung pushback natin, grabe. Let's talk about jeepney modernization.
Never gonna happen.
We've been pushing for it. There's always that pushback. There's always a pushback. We can't afford it. Bibigyan mo lang ba kami?
Yeah.
Bigay ba yan? Nagastos kami, wala kaming pera. It's always back to that. So same thing, if you want to switch to electric, we can't afford it, ang laban yan.
Yeah, well, if in order for you to implement it, then you have to make it accessible. So if the people cannot afford it, then you cannot implement it. So if you want them to follow it, then you have to take that sacrifice and subsidize it. Ganun lang naman eh. There has to be that political will or that initiative. Hindi pera-pera. Kailangan, let's look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, if there was less flood control project, we'd have more modern jeeps.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think what China did, they rewarded yung companies who migrated to electric.
Yeah.
Kaya magugulat ka like Xiaomi, who used to be a phone, meron na silang EV.
Yeah.
Kaya nga, and it's one of the fastest hypercar now is a Xiaomi.
May incentive kasi. There's a
China gives
government,
incentive.
there's a government incentive. Tayo kasi yung government yung may incentive.
Isipin mo, for Xiaomi to be selling cellphones, vacuum cleaner, to a hypercar.
Well, you have to understand that BYD started with doing cell phone batteries in the 90s. So
But BYD has always been, di ba, battery?
Batteries, yeah.
Tapos nung naglabas sila ng kotse, I still remember the earliest BYD in the Philippines, si Pacquiao yung endorser. Gas-powered pa to, hindi pa electric. Meron siya yung remote na umaatras yung kotse mag-isa, nag-start mag-isa.
okay.
I still remember, kinano niya sa TV yun eh. We're talking about what? Maybe 15 years ago. One of the first BYD here. Who would have thought now he's probably one of the best seller ngayon here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
They're moving so ang daming BYD kasi bawat lingon mo BYD na yung nakikita ko.
And there's another, I think it's a luxury version of BYD. Open din na laban. Something like that.
Denza. Yeah.
Like, yung sa ako, kala ko luxury na yung ibang variants ni BYD.
Meron pa pala
palang
siyang
mas luxury sa BYD.
Nakita ko yung Alphard nila eh, the style.
Yeah.
Wapo ah.
Yeah.
Kung wala akong pambili ng Alphard, yun na lang. Di ba?
Like interior wise, China is like a mile from its competition.
Their growth, they're growing in leaps and bounds.
The improvements, ang bilis.
Yeah.
I think the difference between the Japanese always looks at heritage. Na dapat it doesn't go far from our old one. We have to follow this heritage. China can go from one model, abandon it, go to the next one, and completely change everything. Which is good because the technology that we're getting is new. But bad because yung kakabili mo lang na phase out na.
Yeah.
So,
May iwan ka agad.
maiwan ka kaagad because of how fast the technology is. Pero, I haven't given up on wanting an EV. I still, at the end of the day, once I have saved enough, I probably want a small EV for my city. But I'll probably go pure EV. Because I'll still keep my eyes for going out of town.
Right.
Kasi una, I can gas up anywhere. And the ICE vehicles are still very efficient when you're going long drives. No, but for the city, yung tipong stop and go, lalo na traffic. Kaya nga, tinitingnan ko, I've been reading about and watching videos, yung maliit ni BYD.
Yeah. Seagull?
Seagull ba?
Seagull.
Ang cute eh.
Oo, yung ano niya, parang hatchback niya.
Kasi I had a bad experience yung maliit na EV talaga. Remember the small ones? I'm not gonna name the brand, pero alam mo yung parang laruan. There was a time we had a shoot and then we were shooting some models in that car. We were in a parking lot using the car. So inside the car was 3 models and my videographer. So 4 lang sila. Nung paakyat sila ng parking, ayaw umakyat. The models had to go down. Pati yung videographer kumaba. So isang model who was driving, siya lang mag-isa nag-U-turn kasi siya lang makakakyat at baba. Kasi nahihiya kami. And we're not talking about big people. We're talking about slim models. So sabi ko, mura sana to, pero paano kung paakyat ako sa inyo sa San Juan na may pa-uphill hill, tapos hindi kaya, sasabihin ko sa anak ko, doon na tayo magkita, lakad muna kayo. Lalo na yung sa likod nyo, di ba yung paakyat?
Papuntang Green Hills, ay Wilson na yan.
Yeah. Actually,
So yun yung takot ko doon sa maliit na EV naman.
yeah,
The
like
power, it's underpowered.
It's just recent lang.
This is a year or 2 years ago.
yung mga maliliit talaga, yung
Yung mukhang laruan talaga.
yung mga
Yung mga
ganun.
pangalan parang kala mo pagkain. so we're not going to name that.
Yeah.
Baka sponsoran tayo next time. Pero it's one of those na when you see it, it looks like an enclosed golf cart.
Kaya siguro you have to consider kung maliit yung displacement. At least.
The
decent.
wattage of the motor.
Yeah.
Kasi sa liit nila, they can only put in a small battery.
Yeah.
So it needs to have a small motor also.
Yeah, depende sa ano din. I mean, it doesn't generalize the whole EV vehicle. Syempre, kung mga maliit na sasakyan, ganun din yun. Just like even petrol engines na, di ba, nagkameron yung mga Toyota ng mga 1,000cc lang, sobra mura, tapos 6-seater daw, or yung, ilan ba yung capacity nila. Pero one time, coming home from the airport, so yung nabook namin was one of those vehicles na parang 1,000cc na turbo engine, something like that. No? And sabi ko, kamusta naman? Sabi niya, okay naman, ganyan. So I was asking the driver and this and that. And true enough, papunta from the airport going back to where we live in San Juan, okay naman siya. Pero pagdating sa San Juan nga, di ba, ang tatarik ng mga certain streets dun sa amin, dun naramdam mo na. Doon
The
naramdam mo
small
yung
displacement.
1,000cc. So, obviously, if your budget only can allow you to buy that kind of vehicle, pero you have a family of, or you use it for business, for hauling your stocks or whatever inventory, then it may not be optimized for your needs. So, same thing with the EV. Kung home to work, office ka lang, wala ka namang bit-bit na gamit, siguro the most that you have is a gym bag.
At saka dalawa lang kayo.
Dalawa lang kayo,
Okay
okay lang yon. Pero if you're a family of 4, then it may not be the right EV for you. So,
Tama pala yung decision ko for the brand I opted.
oo,
I took it last night here in Tagaytay.
kaya-kaya.
Pool. 6 kami sa loob.
Kaya-kaya.
Kasha 6 kayo?
Yeah.
Mga bata.
Kami may bata.
Mga bata.
Pero going up Tagaytay, overtaking sa SLEX,
Yun nga yung problem ko eh. My son is 6-footer. Saan ko siya ilalagay sa maliit na electric? Di ba? Kaya pag pag umuupo siya sa kotse, pagpasok niya, palaging tulak agad yung upuan. Tapos sabi niya, sino umupo dito? Kasi hindi siya kasha.
6-footer.
6-footer, my son is 6'2 now. Ano sabi ko, paano siya papasok sa Seagull eh, no?
Hindi kasi.
Malaking tao.
But on a final note, what will you tell people if they're in that, should I get an EV or not?
It depends on the urgency of how you use your current vehicle. If it's like you na low mileage na hindi laging lumalabas. Kasi budget-wise, it's something unplanned, pero depende yun sa usage mo. If it's an urgent matter na, pwede. But then you have to consider like, yun nga, yung infrastructure and technology sa atin. If you go out of town, you have to consider. So, basically, you have to plan your route. So, yun nga, based on dun sa usage ng current vehicle. Kasi definitely, you cannot sell your diesel car right now. Or your gasoline ko, walang bibili nun.
Wala
right
bibili,
now.
kaya if you're going to sell now, lugi ka.
Yeah.
Incentive yung full tank kasama sa benta na yun.
Hindi, kahit tao pa yun eh.
10,000 pesos ang full tank ko ngayon. Sabi ko nga, yung if I do 10,000 a month, sa beses na
Yeah.
ako mag-full tank, every 2 months nakabili ako ng isang China scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not,
It's ano. Edwin, ikaw, what's your final take on should we go EV now or not yet?
Personally, if all factors are, kung wala tayong kinoconsider na finance, na parking, na range anxiety, I'd go for it. One, again, like I mentioned, it was more for my part in trying to save this planet. Yung ingay na lang naririnig natin just along the way, walang tigil yan, and I'm sure it's gonna be picked up by the mic. And that alone just ruins the whole serenity of this area. So, for me, you know,
But Chris, I forgot to ask. If you were to buy again now, would you still go with your hybrid or are you going to go pure EV?
Considering the matter of how the government does its inventory management ng gasoline, I might consider
fully.
PHEV. You can go plug-in or you can go hybrid. Yun siguro. Kasi
But
if
still not pure EV. Medyo,
personally,
Oo.
I still have the range anxiety. Especially,
hindi talaga eh. It's that.
kasi it depends on how the government manages the current inventory. If they say it's up to June lang, as they say right now, mahirap yun.
Plug-in or pure EV?
Ako siguro pure. Kasi yun nga, di kind of defeats the whole purpose of going EV if you still need gas. Yun lang. Again, kanya-kanyang needs. But, you know, if you take out all the factors as mentioned earlier, finance, parking, this and that, I'd go full EV. I think that's where the direction is anyway. So,
Ako rin, I think the pure EV is more, I'm weighing on that more than actually there's a hybrid option. Not just because what we told you about maintaining two systems, is at the end of the day, I still need to go to a gas station.
right.
A pure EV, especially if you're going to convert solar, net zero ka eh. Sa bahay mo, gawa ka ng charging station na pure solar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yun lang. That's if money is not an object kasi ROI hindi naman eh.
Yeah.
Talagang dapat yung you want to go EV because you want to help the environment, you want it, you're leaving something better for your kids,
Right.
less pollution. Then you go EV kasi it's not a financial smart decision right now.
Right.
Lalo na ngayon na kailangan, we don't know where this thing is going. We need some liquidity. Kaya hindi pwedeng electric yung mga ano eh. Kundi pagdaan mo may electric pan lang.
At saka I think we are the generation that has experienced technological advancement every decade.
Yun sa pala yung demographics of
Yeah.
us, siguro, considering Gen X.
Yeah.
So, nandun ka sa conventional and
We've seen the past, we live the present, and I think we're the ones who's going to test the future.
Oh, kasi
So-
I think in the US now, the kids during our time, we had the small scooters, we had the small dirt bike that we go around. The two strokes, the scooter, ganun. Ngayon, they're all going electric. So, if they're happy with the electric, they'll probably go to a big bike na electric. Sila yung... Plus, I think their generation is thinking more of the environment than we are. Dapat lang. Dapat lang.
Yun, pala ko consider
Di ba-
the generation demographics.
Yeah.
Diba?
I
So,
think-
yun yung ano natin talaga. Our mindset is also very different. Okay, guys?
Imagine it's only not even 9 o'clock, ganyan na yung, di ba? Yun yung iingay na walang tigil.
Buti nilang malamig.
Yeah. Yeah. But I
But
don't know
that
if you
was
guys...
today. Yesterday, it was not. And that is also because of climate change that is brought by
Yeah,
the ice engines.
but also during the pandemic when 'di ba medyo regulated yung movement natin. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the air was a lot cooler and cleaner. Kasi
Cleaner,
lesser vehicles out on the road.
During the pandemic, I was biking around our subdivision. Yung hinga mo mas maganda.
Oh, tsaka malamig, presko yung
Saka hindi maalikabok.
Yes.
And when you drive along the skyway, di ba you can see smog
Oo.
on a usual day? during the pandemic.
Clear sky. Yeah. Parang for a change, di ba?
Siguro, in the future, if everything's EV, it will go to that.
It will go back. It will heal itself, basically.
Recently, and sabi nila, ozone will fully recover by 2066. So it's going that way.
If we actually maintain the growth of shifting to
Renewable
Renewable
energy, yeah, not kasi syempre yung kuryente natin galing pa rin sa sa
coal generated.
ganun pa rin eh. So if we shift to solar,
Wind.
hydro, wind,
wind,
Then-
geothermal.
yeah,
Diba?
then I think it will help the earth heal itself. So
Pero ngayon kasi parang ang maganda talaga is geothermal wind as compared to solar kasi
Solar,
the space
very
yung area mo and how much it generates, it's
hindi pa ganun ka
to think na uubusan na tayo ng empty lots.
Siguro it depends on the direction din ng government. Kasi if everybody's on the same page, we will go into
Yeah. It has
We all have to do our little part.
yeah.
Pag half of us kumukontra, walang mangyayari.
Yeah.
Okay guys, thank you very much for listening in and watching. I hope it helped you make your decision. But we also like to hear your comments about, are you guys considering EV or have you considered EV and how is it helping you in terms of financially? Especially now, I think those who did EV are laughing their way to the bank. Thank you guys. Bye.